Here's a video about how to use the new document cameras. The first thing you want to do is go to self-service. You need this software called A+ Suite that installs several tools that allow you to use these cameras a little better. Now the A+ Suite will install several apps, but the one that you're going to use most often is Sphere 2. So open up Sphere 2 from your Applications folder, and then we want to give it certain permissions in System Preferences. So head to System Preferences, and under Security and Privacy, and under the Privacy section you want to grant it permission to use your camera. Now returning to the Sphere 2 app, give it a few seconds and then you'll start to see the image that the document camera is picking up on. One thing that I noticed and would recommend is making the window as large as possible. It does really help with the legibility of what you're picking up and showing to your students. Once you have that enlarged, let's take a look at some of the tools you can use. The ones that you'll use most often will be right in here. If you click this icon in the bottom left, you can see you have a bunch of different options to adjust your image. A particularly useful one will be this icon that looks like an eye. That's your autofocus button, and anytime that you change the document that you're showing or maybe make an adjustment to the arm, it's probably a good idea to hit that focus button. This wand icon allows you to do an auto adjust depending on the document that you're showcasing, and then you have these really useful zoom in and zoom out tools. You can see the zoom in goes in pretty far and actually it really does help the legibility of the document, and then the third one allows you to return to the original image size. You can use these rotational depending on the orientation of your document, and if you're so inclined, there are some additional manual adjustment features at the very end there. These manual image adjustment tools will give you things such as controlling the brightness and contrast of your document. You can manually focus depending on the image if that's helpful, and then there's this really useful align tool that allows you to reorient the image to maybe accommodate for any sort of angle that you have, such as if you're writing or annotating a document. Another useful thing that this app has is annotation tools, and those can be found right next to the camera control icon. The icon looks like a pencil and a ruler. It gives you a bunch of different tools that allow you to annotate your document. This could be particularly useful if you're showcasing something that you don't want to physically write on, such as something out of a textbook. Now that we're a little more familiar with the app, we're ready to start using that in Google Meet. And that's pretty straightforward, but the thing that you want to make sure is when you start up your Google Meet that Google Meet isn't trying to use your document camera as your broadcast camera, and that you're continuing to use your FaceTime camera on your Mac. And another reason that we're using the app is that this will prevent the image from being inversed when you're showing your students, and that's why we're sharing your screen rather than setting the Google Meet settings to just use the document camera. Once you're into Google Meet, then it's just a matter of saying Present Now and choosing a window, and you'll select the Sphere 2 window, allowing your students to see whatever you're showing on your document camera. I'm going to end this video with a few more tips. The first one is about the physical setup of the camera. If you follow the directions, the picture kind of shows it looking a little something like this, with the arm up very tall. I found that the picture is a little unclear when you do that. You have to really rely on using the zoom functions, and it's a little bit blurry. The image is much better if you lower the arm physically, looking something a little bit more like this. Now, naturally, you can plug the camera directly into your laptop if you'd like, but if you're taking advantage of using the flex screen, I would recommend plugging the camera into the flex screen. Don't worry, there's 4 USB ports on the flex screen between the side and the back, so even if you're using the external webcam and the external microphone, you still have extra ports that you can use. Then just have the one USB-C cable running to your laptop. That's going to do it for this video. We try to keep them as brief as we can. We understand that that's just a quick little intro and overview, so if you have any other questions, please just shoot us an email at tech@sch.org.